Hello and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am the Crushinator and I am happy to be bringing you the first qualifier of Storm Division Season 6. We're going to be having 5 whole qualifiers this time. We've got the first one this week, number 2 is next week, then we go on break for the holidays, and 3 more qualifiers the first week of January. We got a pretty good turnout. I was a little bit worried. That the turnout would be light, but we've got 7 teams competing today for their first spot here in Storm Division Season 6. Exclamation mark bracket will get you all of the info for who's playing today. I'll do my best to keep those scores updated as the night goes on, because we are doing all 3 rounds tonight. I'll check out who's playing. We've got one match here, another match going on at twitch.tv/eternallybluetv, and our third match happening at twitch.tv/IRAKAF. Make sure you keep all 3 tabs open if you want to catch all the action tonight. But as for this channel, I'm going to be bringing you the match between Bread Over Ducks and Imagine, the winner of which will be moving on to face Bronze 6 in the second round, who has the first seed, previously known as Wildheart Zeta, got a bye to the second round, as we had an odd number of teams, and the one with the most points gets to move ahead. But before we get into our first lobby, let's check out the map ban situation. Bread Over Ducks banning away Tomb of the Spider Queen and Battlefield of Eternity. Imagine banning out Alterac Pass and Volskaya Foundry. We're going into our Towers of Doom for game number 1. The draft is up. Let's jump on in. All right. Bread Over Duck's going to be first to act here, as Imagine opted to bring us to Towers of Doom for game number 1. We'll see if there's any favorites in drafts for these teams, or if it's just going to be the standard old meta. Towers of Doom, things I'm looking out for. Hanzo, definitely going to be contested. Long-range heroes, Junkrat, Chromie, Hammer, always a threat here on Towers of Doom. Stitches is one to look out for as well. Can really turn the map around, as it's very difficult to lock a team in their base on Towers of Doom. Not impossible, but a little bit more difficult than on other maps. So Stitches always has a chance to sort of wander out and make those big plays. So far the band's looking pretty standard though. We've got Lucio, Blaze banned away, Junkrat removed here by Imagine. See what they want to get rid of for the last ban here. Would be the Hanzo. No, gonna take out Greymane. Okay. Greymane doesn't show up as often these days, but I'd say Towers of Doom is a map that we can see Greymane make an appearance because of the ability to take those camps very, very quickly. And because of all the flanking positions on Towers of Doom, Greymane gets some good work done. That does leave Brightwing open, though, and we're going to see the Giblets go ahead and lock in the Brightwing first pick. We're going to ban our first bot of the day in chat. Fantastic. Response here from Imagine is going to be Sylvanas and Dahaka here from Breakwood and Fatal Rampage. Rhett instantly responds with the Diablo. Now that is a nice pairing, especially there with Mundane Zebra on the Hogger. Brightwing can do some good work into Diablo, but no Polymorph on the other side means Diablo's going to be able to go that much deeper and still be able to use all of those high regen, high shielding abilities. High spell shielding abilities, at least. But Diablo gets to run. Hogger, of course, never really a bad pick. Has a decent matchup versus Dahaka on this map, though Dahaka does have that global to possibly take some tilted fights. Medivh going to be the ban here from Imagine, and Anduin taken off the board here by... I keep wanting to call them the community, because McGillets calls themselves the community in the NGS Discord, but that is Bread Over Ducks banning away the Anduin. So there's a good amount of healers not available now. Zadie gonna hold till last pick here. We've got Garrosh and Tychus, which maybe might be tipping the hand towards something like a Malfurion in that last spot, but it could also, you know, there's still some decent options. Could be an Uther, could be Deckard. You know, even a Tyrande can work well with a Garrosh and the Tychus follow-up, so I'm interested to see what Zadie goes with this last pick. Meanwhile, though, bread over ducks, they need some damage to round out that comp, I think. I feel like it's got to be Hanzo here, but we'll see what they're thinking. Tracer Lunara here from Canny and Death Strikes. Lunara is one, being able to provide vision around the mid-bot rotation with the Wisp. Never a bad thing. Tracer can do some good roaming work on this map. Dahaka is a little bit tough to gank, but, you know, any sort of health pressure you can put onto those offlaners is a good thing here. Zadie on the last pick position. Gonna be a Rhaegar, going with the, not the hard CC, but that slowing totem and that big ancestral save, if it is going to indeed be that ancestral. And can't go wrong with the cleanse. All right. Looking at the two comps here, I mean, Garrosh comp. Garrosh into Diablo is always a pretty interesting matchup. Let's see how these two tanks clash. All right. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Getting into our game number 1. As a reminder, these are best of 3s here in qualifiers. We get into best of 5s once we get into Storm Division proper, but just best of 3s here for the qualifier, so every map that much more important. Bread over ducks or over hammer. You know, sometimes you just want to play some Heroes of the Storm and not some Hammer of the Storm, you know? Sometimes it do be that way. As the teams are loading on in here. Get those loading bars up. There we go. All right, let's get into the first game here. Let's do it. On the left in the blue, we have bread over ducks. Death Strikes is on Lunara, McGiblets is on the Brightwing, Rhett on Diablo, Canny on the Tracer, and Mundane Zebra is playing Hogger. On the right in the red, we have Imagine. Hunter CJR is on the Garrosh. Fatal Rampage playing Dahaka. JTR is on the Tychus. Breakwood playing Sylvanas. And Zadie is on the Rhaegar.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Game number 1 is underway here. Got the Hyper Shift here for Brightwing. Pretty standard stuff there. Looking for any quests. None to be had so far. We'll see what Dahaka picks up on that level 1 talent. We do see the quarterback here from Tychus, so definitely going for that backline finishing type damage, which can be kind of useful in a Tracer, a little bit tough to hit, but if you do, that's quite a good chunk of HP damage. As we see Imagine going to get an early rotation here, but there's that Wisp on the right, which is making positioning a little bit difficult for Hunter here. Rhett having to take the long way around, as we see Bread over Ducks just sticking around the mid for a moment, allowing Diablo to grab that bottom soap. Tracer's going to wait on the top side here. There's a knock-up from Garrosh, but Death Strike's going to get away. That will prompt a shift in from McGiblets. As we see Rhett trying to interrupt those rotations, gets a couple of dismounts with that Flame Stomp. Sapper camps are up, so both teams are going to go ahead and get that rolling here. Tracer soaking up the mid for Bread over Ducks. I'm waiting to see whether Tracer goes and tries to get a little 2v1 against Dahaka, but so far just kind of helping out Hogger on that rotation, allowing Mundane Zebra to maintain presence in the top and not allowing Fatal Rampage to really get out of lane here. Sappers are taken as Rhett gets a quick pin before moving on back, but Fatal Rampage going to come on in and find the drag against the Brightwing, and that is first blood. Going over to Imagine. Fatal Rampage able to escape from Hogger for the moment. That does allow Mundane Zebra to get some good damage on this topside wall. Tracer getting some chip damage on the way as well, as right now Imagine remaining as 4, as we have a 1-1-3 setup here for Bread over Ducks. Sappers are going to crash and take down that top tower here as we have a rotate out from Hunter. Spotted by the Wisp once again. Canny double blinking back to safety. As we see Imagine has rotated to the mid to give Fatal Rampage a little bit of support there. Rhett's going to be caught on this rotation, repositions to try to get away from the totem, but it's not enough. Diablo will go down before Brightwing could phase shift on in there.
Be ready. You must.
Haka having a tough time here in the top lane versus Hogger. The regen in that matchup absolutely favoring Mundane Zebra, and Fatal Rampage just trying to get that. Oh, is actually going to get stunned. He's going to have to dig underground, but the spin is in, and Mundane Zebra is going to grab the solo kill before Canny can even get there. Got our first altar phase coming up here. Triple altars are online. Rhett is going to try to delay at least once here in the bottom side. Gets that flame stomp. Tahaka is coming on up here to make this a 2v2. JTR is going to get the interrupt as Fatal Rampage wants to find a drag. JTR being chased out there by Canny. Tyke is going to barely get away here. Fatal Rampage may not be so lucky, as Bread Over Ducks are as 5 here on the top side. Tahaka still managing to try to get out of there. It's not enough. Mundane Zebra, though, is thrown in, gets the spin away, and barely gets on out of there. Garrosh next to go down as Breakwood trying to get that last hit and warps over the wall. Mundane Zebra somehow able to survive. That is a double kill there for Bread Over Ducks, and they're going to grab another set of shots here on the top right. 2 for 1 here for the blue team, and they've got a solid level lead, as Rhett was looking to pin JTR there, but accidentally keyed onto that minion. Sappers are up here. Breakwood, feeling the heat, is going to get back to safety as Deathstrike starts things up here for Bread Over Ducks. Auger's creating enough space here to get this top Sapper camp going. Fatal Rampage having to stay back and clear. Sapper's taken all over the map here. As right now, Imagine looking for some kind of pick here. That's what you want to be doing with your Garrosh. Hunter is staying mounted, rotating through, trying to find that vision to get a throw-in kill that we saw early in this game. There it is. Rhett's going to be repositioned there. Uses a minion on the backside to get back to safety. Meanwhile, I've got a little bit of a 2v2 here on the top side. Tracer going to hightail it on out of here as Breakwood moves up onto Mundane Zebra for the moment. Meanwhile, across the map, a 3v3 as these Sappers attempt to push in here for Imagine. Here that boss has become available. Breakwood getting away to safety as McGiblets is going to try to tilt the numbers here on the top side. Fatal Rampage polymorphed, but still rolling with that regen. Both members of Imagine will survive. Double altar phase coming up in the bottom lane here. Spread Over Ducks, about a half level ahead towards that level 10. We'll see if there's much that Imagine can do. If they've got enough delay here. There's the 10s coming online. Rhett will not be thrown in there. Hunter couldn't quite get in range. Deathstrike's monitoring this bottom turn-in. We see Canny on the top side grabbing the first set of shots for Bread Over Ducks. Just need a couple more waves here. Tahaka on the top side should be able to join via Global for a fight after getting level 10 for the team. Hunter not going to get the interrupt onto Deathstrikes. Lunara will finish up that channel, and we may have a fight anyway here. There is the sticky bomb onto 2. Mundane Zebra with the knockback onto 2 as well. That is Rhaegar going down. Hunter may not be able to get on out of there. No W available. Garrosh will fall, and now we've got an Apocalypse onto JTR. It's a triple kill for the side of Bread Over Ducks. Really nice job using that Brightwing to heal up the kill target, get that counter polymorph, turn that engage. Fatal Rampage able to get behind the wall there as Rhett tanking a couple shots. Annie wanting a sticky bomb, but hits the tower instead. Right now, Bread Over Ducks with a solid point lead here, 36 to 24 on the core. They're about a level and a half ahead on experience. And Imagine looking for a way back into this game. Hunter going to move across and see that once again being scouted by that Wisp is making life a little bit difficult here for Garrosh. Hunter's constantly trying to get that cleaned up. There is the Indomitable used, but Hunter may not have a way out of here. There's the heal from Zadie. No Ancestral available, but Garrosh still with enough health and armor to slide on out of there.
Altars rise.
Single altar phase coming up here in the bottom lane. On the top side, as the sappers will collide here on the bottom. Red over Ducks with that level 13 advantage once again. Imagine are behind a talent here at a critical moment. Fatal Rampage trying to deal with the top pressure. Hogger did end up taking that tower during that whole scuffle. This is looking like Bread over Ducks just have the map advantage, have the talent advantage, and now they're going to get themselves 5 more shots here. Tower taken back, but not quite in time. Still 5 shots going in, reducing the core health of Imagine down to 19.
You will pay for your arrogance.
See Tracer waiting for a flank here. Garrosh coming up. We'll see if Canny sees it. There's the Wisp once again, allowing Canny to move in with impunity. Seeing the rest of the rotation already on their way. I will allow Bread over Ducks to see and take their chance here on the bottom side. Zadie and JTR with enough wave clear to push away the blue team. Sylvanas actually going down here on the top side in that 2v2. Sappers will crash once again as Fatal Rampage trying to deal with this Tracer Hogger pressure. Rhett. Ooh, nice Indomitable there by Hunter, denying the engage from Rhett. Now Mundane Zebra, oh, slides in there with the Hortipult and gets the knockup onto the Loot Horde. Fatal Rampage trying to get away here. Zadie gets 1 chain heal. Is it going to be enough? Isolation. Oh, wow, what a taunt onto Tracer. Great catch there. Meanwhile, in the mid, though, Tychus is going to go down 2 Death Strikes on that Lunara. The Giblets has the Blink heal to move back to Mundane Zebra, making it a 1-for-1 across the map. Still a solid level lead here for Bread over Ducks as we have our double altar phase activating. Mundane Zebra. It's going to get 1 spin. Nice bounces getting all the way over to the left side of the map. Hunter not going to be able to get in range of that Groundbreaker. Brett was looking at Zadie there but didn't have the damage support. Imagine is on the way. They've got the channel on the right here. We may have ourselves a fight on the left. This is a good timing here for Imagine if they can jump on this fight quickly. 16's not online yet for Bread over Ducks. There's the taunt onto that front line. Rhett trying to walk it on back. The Giblets will come on through with the heal. Still close to 16, but not there yet. Big Silence comes on out. But Imagine is running out of gas and having to back away here. They do still manage to get on out without any losses. They will go 1-for-1 on these channels. Their core health will go down to 15. Red over Ducks looking for a camp steal here. Right now, Imagine rolling in together. Can they get onto the point here? They hesitate, and they will lose that Sapper camp. 16's online for Bread over Ducks. Let's see if they can find an opening here. See, Hunter is slowed there by the poison of Lunara, taking a lot of damage. Taunt is not going to come out in time as Candy recalled out of it. Going to force an Ancestral there. JTR, nice job with the Unstoppable from Rhaegar, but will pay for it. Zadie goes down. Breakwood manages to barely get away there. Oh, Rhett may be walking into trouble. Was trying to get the reposition, but Hunter found an opening for the Wrecking Ball. He gets the counter kill. Luckily for Bread over Ducks, that is just a 5-second death. Soul reset onto Rhett. Bottom tower goes down. Top tower is primed here for Bread over Ducks. Looks like we're getting ready for a triple altar phase as well, so this could be it. If Imagine can't get out there and try to even up the map or try to get one of these altars. Even if they take back this bottom tower, the top tower is being threatened by Hogger here, so it could still be 5 shots per channel. It's Hunter. Oh, and big silence there from Sylvanas. Hunter going to be slowed there by the sticky bomb. Huge damage coming out from Lunara. You see it ticking away, but the chain heal comes through in time. Altars are now activating. Fight continues here. Dahaka and Hogger. As Breakwood is looking for a channel here on the right. Imagine going to make sure that they don't lose on this objective phase. 4-4 on those shots. That's going to find Hunter there in the bush. Death Strikes on the left is going to grab a channel here. And Imagine's core health is going to go down to 7. Fatal Rampage now with the level 16 Tunneling Claws, trying to get away with that extra speed. Will still be stunned and will still be taken down, though. Great chase from Bread Over Ducks. Can he mount it up? Manages to get away from Hunter there. We've got a boss play coming on out here from Bread Over Ducks. Going to try to open up other win conditions as top tower is taken back here by that constant Hogger pressure. Core health of Imagine going down to 3 here. And that's 3 shots walking in the top lane. Imagine is going to have to respond to that. You see Breakwood heading on up to the top side to deal with that. Imagine making sure there's not one extra camp they have to deal with. It looks like this camp will be taken out no problem. Hogger getting a little bit stuck in the corner there, taking some percent damage from Tychus. See the sappers going down, top tower trying to be taken back here. See Rhett looking on the low side, Fatal Rampage. Just grabbing this experience, but we've got an altar phase coming on up here. Level 20's on the horizon. Bread Over Ducks in a great position to try to end this game right now. See if Imagine can fight back here. There's the leaf. Hunter was looking at Death Strikes, but Leaping Strike to get away. Mundane Zebra's in the back, looking for a pin there on the Loot Horde. Did not get the stun. Breakwood goes in, but is going to get hit by the Pulse Bomb. Breakwood going to get healed up there. 20 versus 19 here for Bread Over Ducks. Looking to create some space. Garrosh caught on the low side, gets the Unstoppable, tries to move away. Hellgate engage, will not get the stun. Fatal Rampage being spun on, though, and that is Tahaka going down. The Giblet's looking for a channel here. JTR can't get in range. Nice pick there by Rhett, and that's the channel completed. And that will be game number 1, going over to Bread Over Ducks. GG. Very nicely played there. Bread Over Ducks took control early. Really did well in that off lane to create a constant source of pain there for Imagine. Having to split themselves across the map to try to respond. And Bread Over Ducks just never let off the gas, and they're going to take game number 1 in this best of 3. Very nicely done. Let's go to the post-match. See what the stats can tell us here. Mundane Zebra on the Hogger, 0 deaths on top siege, top hero damage, and top experience gained, showing why Hogger is a fair and balanced hero out there. Meanwhile, JTR, top siege, top hero damage over on the side of Imagine. Fatal Rampage did get the best of that experience stat. Good match overall. Very nicely done by both sides. Take a look at the talents here as we update the scoreboard. Get ready for our game number 2. Good stuff. Looks like our next lobby is ready. So let's get that hooked in. Looks like it's gonna be... this one was picked by Bread Over Ducks. Alright, cool. We are going to Dragonshire next. Would you look at that? Bread Over Ducks opting for... well, Imagine opting for the first pick. So Bread Over Ducks choosing Dragonshire here for map number 2. So I grab a drink of water. I'll give him the caster ready and we'll be all set to go. While we're waiting, let me see what's going on the other channels. Let's see, let's see. We got ads. Fantastic. Love to see it. Twitch is like, nuh-uh. No fast info for you. Well, while we look for that info, let's get into the draft. We will load up the draft here as we wait for the Twitch ads to cease. Do you want to buy a car? No, I'm good. Would you like a credit card? No, I'm good. I promise it's good. Looks like there was a little bit of a delay in the start of the Can't Censorship versus Anti-Clown Association match. Unless they finished and we just don't have a score up there. Meanwhile, midway through the first game for Caffeinated Nights and Vendetta as well. Keep an eye on those. Checking in on our draft, though. Offlaners galore removed. No Hogger, no Blaze. We'll see what the priority is onto our Junkrats, our Lucios, our Brightwings. I want to see if Lunara continues to be a priority here. This is another map where the Wisp can really throw a wrench into the operations. This vision around that middle bottom area is so important. We're going to see Brightwing removed here by Imagine. Not wanting to allow Bread Over Ducks to just run it back. We saw a Lucio ban last time from Bread Over Ducks. Yeah, I feel like the Junkrat's more important on D-Shire. We'll see if Imagine bites with the Lucio. Or if they've got something else they feel is more first pickable here. Wouldn't mind the Sylvanas or a Hanzo first. It's hard to say no to Lucio. We'll see what their thoughts are with this first pick. What do we got? You know, I like this choice. I was afraid to say it because it felt like Lunara, you know, Lunara has some weaknesses, but I feel like with how much Lunara really messed up their plans and how important that is on Dragonshire, I think that's a fine first pick here for Imagine. We're going to see Rhett take that Diablo back. Death Strike's opting for the Tychus here. Make sure that's not an opponent, and also pretty decent follow-up to Diablo engages. These songs are... what are they? One of them is a Fear Factory remix from Donkey Kong Country 2. I can look at... hold on, I can look. The draft music is Pokemon Silver, Lucky Coin remix. All from ocremix.org. Hunter going back to the Garrosh here. Okay, so they think with the control onto the vision, with Lunara picked, they're fine with the Garrosh. With the Garrosh, I want to see a Hanzo ban here. I want to see that that Sonic Arrow removed from the equation. They're gonna ban the Lucio. I mean, you could do it with Chromie as well. I don't know. I feel like it's either a Hanzo or a Chromie coming out from Bread Over Ducks here in this last pick position, just to deal with the vision. Mundane Zebra going to opt for the Rexar this time, and the Giblets goes for the Rhaegar. Before Zadie onto something new. Imagine last two picks, they need the healer, they need the offlane. There's the Malfurion that I thought might come through game number 1. Fatal Rampage going for the Yrel. So, You got Diablo, Rhaegar. I wouldn't mind a Chromie here. I would play Chromie here. They're going to go for a double bruiser. Interesting. Okay, so is this a Rexar bottom? Yeah, so Canny's switching to the Rexar, so they're going to use the Flare as their vision tool in the bottom lane. That's a cool adaptation here from Bread over Ducks. Okay, yeah, that works. I was a little concerned they were going no vision, but they are in fact going full vision. Look at that. Vision has been claimed in the draft here by Bread over Ducks. And imagine going back to the Garrosh strats. Dragonshire does have offer, you know, a few different kind of lanes for ganks. A lot more brushes between the lanes that Garrosh can be hiding in. I want to see Imagine take some interesting timings, some aggressive looks with this Garrosh in the early game. They kind of got shut out in the early game on towers. Let's see if they can turn it around here in game number 2. We're starting it up. Let's do it! Game number 2 on the left in the blue, it is Bread over Ducks. McGiblets is on the Rhaegar, Mundane Zebra is on the Dahaka, Death Strikes on Tychus, Canny is on the Rexar, and Rhett is on Diablo. On the right in the red, we have Imagine. Hunter is on the Garrosh, Breakwood playing Lunara, Fatal Rampage on the Yrel, Zadie on Malfurion, and JTR is playing Greymane.
3, 2, 1. Fight.
Checking on our level 1 quests, we do have the enhanced agility here for Dahaka, being the speed demon that you need. Got Warbreaker this time for Garrosh as we see Hunter immediately flipped and thrown in, dragged into tower range as well for Garrosh. No chance at all being taken down there. First blood goes over to Bread over Ducks. Next engage onto Breakwood there. Lunara trying to hop it on out. Mundane Zebra not going to be able to get the grab there. Bread over Ducks coming out swinging. Starting up that early rotation, and we are seeing Rexar here in the bottom lane. Interestingly enough, wait, is Flare level 4? Yeah, I think Flare's level 4. I don't think that's a level 1 talent. So we're not going to see the Flare until 4. Like 90% sure. It's been so long since I played Rexar. Nice root combo though onto Rhett. Can Diablo get away? No, they can't. Imagine is going to grab their first kill of the game. Yrel came on down to help that one out. Canny trying to get away. Oh, Hunter throws back onto 2. The follow-up route is fantastic. Breakwood is going to grab another kill here for Imagine. Very nice rotation. At a pretty key time here. Hunter looking at that left side camp on the bottom half. No one there just yet, because Bread over Ducks opting for their bruiser camp first. Is Flare a level 1? Okay, that's very interesting. That Flare was not chosen. I assumed that they were going to use the double bruiser with the Rexar specifically for Flare. Alas, no. Almost a sub 2-minute drag in there going over to Imagine, but Death Strikes has the quarterback to interrupt. Well, Giblet's going in there, not respecting the rotation. Is there enough damage coming on out there? There's the throw. JTR is going to get pinned, though, by Rhett. The Giblet's getting away. Now JTR in some trouble trying to roll it on back. See in the top lane, the bruiser camps clashing. Fatal Rampage getting the clear on the blue side, but Tychus coming on up here. This could be trouble. Oh, nice. I think the drag connected, but the swing from Yrel was already in motion, and uh-oh, Death Strike's gonna be in trouble. Is Imagine responding en masse. Gonna be moving up and pushing with this bruiser camp. Now they're looking at Mundane Zebra. Dahaka gonna be a little bit too fast, though. It's too away. See Rhaegar here. The Giblets grabbing that bottom left camp, finally having the opportunity to do so. Nice drag follow-up onto JTR, but Greymane manages to get away. Hunter looking for a dragon. Will get it. 3 minutes 18 here. Imagine grabs their first dragon. We've got a good lane split here. Lunara covering the bottom side. Grell on top. Greymane actually looking at Mundane Zebra here is going to jump straight into the action, but the Hawk are going to be too speedy once they get that brush. Dragon Knight not going to be able to do an awful lot solo here. Just maintaining and clearing the lanes in the mid. Greymane going to be rotating down looking at Misha here. Kaney gets back to safety. Dragon Knight still a few seconds left on it. Just going to throw the fire at the gate and walk it on back safely as possible. Greymane doing a little bit of a harassment here on the low side. Ret with plenty of armor and health to get through that. Ret opting for more of a stun auto attack build here rather than the spell build that we often see Diablos go. If you're planning to fight, you know, in the corridors a lot and especially around these altars, it's very, very easy to get the pins against the walls. So Ret gonna be relying on that healer in this matchup. Right now, Bread over Duck still slightly ahead on the experience, though that gap is being closed quickly here by Imagine. JTR rolls back to safety. Hunter may not be so lucky, getting bumped there and ripped back. Garrosh trying to walk it away here as, Malfurion next to be pulled in. Zadie gets the self-regrowth and tries to walk it away. What a stun there by Hunter, but it's not going to be enough here. Malfurion still falls. Oh, Mundane Zebra with a great drag, and that is Garrosh to fall as well. Ret can't quite get the pin, but does get the overpower, and that is a roaming triple kill for Bread over Ducks right as their level 10s come online. They're going to get some work done here in the bottom lane. What a turn there by Bread over Ducks. Garrosh was hunting there in the mid. And now, Imagine all of a sudden, it's going to be down their bottom tower. See if they can finish it off here. Death Strikes can't quite get in range. We see Misha going down. It's not enough to take down the structure. Hunter with the Indomitable gets the throw taunt. There's a cursed bullet, but big heal from Rhaegar. Ret gonna turn it around with the Apocalypse, stun onto 2. JTR is gonna be saved there by the Into the Fray of Hunter, but Imagine trying to move back here. Uh-oh, that's Yrel taken out before the Ardent Defender could even be popped.
The Dragon Knight's power.
Mundane Zebra grabbing up that mid-soak before heading up to secure the top altar here. Red over Ducks. Looking strong post-level 10. Imagine waiting on Yrel to get back into the fray. Oh, Misha with a nice stun there allows Ret to catch it up. Indomitable is popped, but the totem just reapplies the slow. Still Hunter manages to survive thanks to all that armor. Garrosh gets a low health. JTR forced to stay here in the bottom lane and deal with this push being put on by Canny. Ret, now with the checkmate positioning, will grab a Dragon Knight before Yrel in the top lane convert that altar. Deathstrike's going for the Odin here, really committing to that mid-siege. Garrosh in the bottom lane wants to find Rexxar here, gets the one knock-up. Misha with a great peel-back stun. Allows Rexxar to get away. Good Master Assassin, we do. So 4 out of 15 stacks there for Death Strikes. You saw that slightly faster attack speed on the Odin. Does help out in that siege as the game goes on. Meanwhile, Canny did pick up that bottom fort for Bread over Ducks. Dragon Knight, still a little bit of time left on it, 20 seconds. Marches on up to the top lane. Bread over Ducks, 13 to 12 advantage here. They keep the pressure on. Imagine looking at a flank here. Death Strikes is going to receive the heal back to full. Big silence and boot onto Garrosh. Hunter sent way back. Death Strikes may not be so lucky to get out of here. Breakwood applies the poison. There is the heal from Rhaegar. Fatal Rampage trying to stop the backs here. Gets the slow onto Rhett, but no other kills to be had. Big throw onto Diablo. Oh, the Warlord's challenge comes on out. Does not get the stun here. And Mundane Zebra trying to walk it away from Fatal Rampage. The movement speed from the Hand of Freedom not enough to move and catch up. Rhett is just healing and healing on that front line with constant stuns. There is the ult from Yrel. Actually, Fatal Rampage going nearly back to full health on a great Ardent Defender timing. See Canning in the bottom lane feeling the heat, gonna get on out of there and get back to full health. Pin on the low side here. Uh-oh. Indomitable is used. Hunter trying to move it on back as Mundane Zebra hits him with the isolation. Is it enough damage? It is. That is Garrosh to go down. Rhett looking for a pick here. Zadie sees the invade. KTR rolls back to safety. Curse Bullet missing on the high side here. Uh-oh, Zadie caught. Another great job by Canny, sending in the Misha, sort of unaware. Getting that surprise stun. Gonna have level 16 in just a moment here for Bread Over Duck, showing a significant lead on the map here. 6 structures to 3, and a slight, short 3-level lead, but a solid 2-level lead here for the blue side, as now we've got a camp being contested. Fatal Rampage in trouble, tries to jump on back to safety. Camp stolen by Bread Over Ducks, as they're just roaming as 5 right now, wanting to get the pressure on and possibly pick up an early keep. Looks like bottom camp is going to be the choice here for Bread Over Ducks. Mundane Zebra has the level 16 Tunneling Claws to get away from any Garrosh shenanigans. Camps all over the map being taken by the blue team. Already got Siege Camp walking it up. It's going to have some support in the Bruiser Camp. It's going to be followed up by another Siege Camp. Imagine going to be stuck clearing on this low side for quite a while. This could mean another quick dragon here for Bread Over Ducks. It's Mundane Zebra going to walk it on up to the top altar. Real trying to get the bottom side, but Misha's just going to park it there, and Fatal Rampage realizes there's no time at all. Diablo inhabits the Dragon Knight once more here for Bread Over Ducks. Looks like the focus is going to be on the bottom lane. They've still got a fairly healthy camp here to try to grab themselves a keep. Level 16, still half a level away here for Imagine. Now they're dealing with an Odin and a Dragon pushing on in. Almost certainly nothing they can do to really save this keep from here. So it's going to be a significant early advantage. We might see Bread Over Ducks just roll in and see if they can find a pick and possibly go in for the game here. After CGS stepping up, there's the throw taunt onto Dahaka. Mundane Zebra going to get stunned by the core there. Not before getting the isolation off. His core shielding is starting to go down. Dragon Knight is through the shield, but is almost spent on health. Here comes the wave to support as the core is going down past 70% here. Can Bread Over Ducks force this? Rhett wants it, goes in, finds the double stun onto Breakwood. Core down to 48, but there is Diablo first to go down. Core is starting to save itself. 45% here. Bread Over Ducks trying to take a chance there, but Imagine hangs on and keep this game rolling. And Zebra getting a quick drag there, using the speed to move away. Yrel trying to catch up there with that hammer. Can't quite get on the other side of Rexar. Uh-oh, Garrosh in big trouble, is taking all the cannon fire, and that's Garrosh going down. The turnaround is in here. It's JTR Can't get away from Rhett. There's the flip stun. Greymane trying to get away here. Mundane Zebra wants the find onto Malfurion. Great route, but oh, the drag is just long enough. Can Breakwood and Zadie get out? Zadie moves back to try to leave a heal on. Fatal Rampage gonna heal on up and then fall on down. Now moving in to try to go for it again here is Bread Over Ducks. They've got a 2-kill advantage for the time being, 3-kill advantage here as Death Strike's just focused on that core. 8 out of 15 stacks on the Master Assassin as Lunara is taken out. GG's have been called. Bread Over Ducks is going to take the 2-0 and move on in our first qualifier here for Storm Division Season 6. GG. Very nicely played. Bread Over Ducks coming out to win today. We're going to move on to the second round. They will face Bronze 6 in our semi-final matchup, based on the top side of this bracket here. Let's get over to the post-match. See what the stats can tell us here. Death Strikes on the Tychus. Top hero damage this time, nearly 45,000 for the side of Bread Over Ducks. JTR on the Greymane, bringing the noise. Top Siege, top hero damage at over 63,000 on the Wolfman. Take a look at the talents here as we go and update the bracket.